San Francisco 49ers offensive guard Dominick Puni has won some awards, and rightfully so, for his play in 2024. Dominick Puni has been voted to the NFL's All Rookie Team, according to the Pro Football Writers Association. So, congratulations to Dominick Puni. As we know, he came in as a starter for the 49ers. Now, he wasn't expected to be the starter. That wasn't the intention. He was drafted in the third round. 49er fans honestly weren't too thrilled about this pick. And I can understand why, right? Because 49er fans wanted that first round talent in a stacked offensive line class. They wanted the top, the cream of the crop, right? But sometimes being able to wait a little bit isn't a bad thing. And if you follow my coverage of the NFL draft, any of these years, I've now been doing this since 2017. I say it every single year, and I will continue to say it. You can find Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen in rounds 2 through 5 like clockwork, and they are typically the interior offensive linemen. We just got to know where to look. And upon doing initial look and film work on Dominick Puni, it was easy to see that he was a very versatile offensive lineman. And for his size, he moved exceptionally well. And if you follow my coverage of, scouting offensive line, one thing you'll notice is I always put a huge emphasis on movement ability. I am not about big, chunky offensive linemen that just kind of move around and get in your way. It's not, I don't think that's the way that the offensive line position should be moving. You need athletes on that offensive line. Dominick Puni's an athlete. He can move. And that's one of the first things that jumped off the film was his ability to move his hips and his feet. And he was also very strong once he got his hands on you. So you were able to see that on Kansas film. You're able to see that translate to the Senior Bowl. And then he was playing guard. He was playing center, and he was a guy who played a lot of left tackle. So he has a lot of position versatility. And so right away, we're like, I personally like this pick. It was a guy that I came across super late in the draft process, but I did say that he would be, I think, a guy that will have success in the NFL based on his skill set. Now, when the 49ers drafted him, I did a much deeper dive. And of course, upon doing a deeper dive, I'm like, yeah, this guy's great. And upon doing that deeper dive, I was like, I don't think he's a tackle. I think he's a guard just based on his feet. Sure enough, he's moved to guard. And for the San Francisco 49ers, there was, I don't think, any anticipation that he was actually going to play this season, because you had Jonathan Feliciano, you had Spencer Burford, and those were the guys who were in front of Dominick Puni at training camp. The problem was both of those players got hurt like day 2 into training camp, and so Dominick Puni gets bumped up to the starting group. And I talked about this all training camp too from my coverage. I was like, this guy is already one of the best offensive linemen on our team. He was immediately better than Aaron Banks in training camp. He was better than Jake Brendel in training camp. Him and McKivitz together, you could already tell we're building a solid rapport on the right side, which has kind of been shaky the last couple years between the right guard and right tackle combo. And he was already, as a rookie, one of the best offensive linemen we had in training camp. And I was one of the people who would talk about this pretty consistently. And even, throughout training camp, I had him as the best rookie out of camp. And then it transitioned into his preseason film. And if you guys watch my film breakdowns during the preseason, you guys know I was freaking out. I was like, guys, we got a potential all pro here. And I got a lot of pushback from people. Brad, you're jumping the gun. It's too soon. Relax, pal. And I get it. I can get excited about things, but I really did believe what I was saying. I really did believe in what the film was telling me. And what the film was telling me is that this guy is a seasoned offensive lineman. When you talk about just not just the physical tools, but the mental processing, I always look at the ability to pick up stunts as the key indicator of mental processing because you have to look at so many different things and you have to be able to understand the keys on the defensive line to trigger where you're going next. And with Dominic Puni, like you can see this was the actual thumbnail from my film breakdown in the preseason game against the Saints. That this is where we started to develop the trend of Dominic Puni blocking too, where he would block his guy, and then you would have a looper come around, and he would have the awareness to be able to pick that guy up. And that's where I was like, all right, this guy's for real. Like, not only does he have the physical tools, but he's showing me he has the mental. Like, this game isn't too fast for him. It's not too big for him. He just fits right into it. Now, it was funny because I do think he hit the rookie wall. Absolutely hit the rookie wall. If you're unfamiliar, it is a very, very common thing for rookies to go through. And the reason why it's very common is because once their college season ends, they're immediately going to draft prep. They're getting ready for running the 40s, doing all their workouts, trying to cut weight, add weight. For him, he went to the Senior Bowl, and then it's the NFL Combine, then it's the draft, all doing draft prep throughout. And then boom, you get drafted, and all of a sudden you're in OTAs, all of a sudden you're in minicamp, and then you're training and preparing, learning the playbook, getting ready, and then boom, you're right into the season. And then not only that, not only do you have 17 games in the regular season, but you have 3 games in the preseason. And so these guys are basically going over like nonstop since their senior year in college. So it is very common for rookies to hit a rookie wall where they're just exhausted, like they're gassed. The whole season just starts to weigh on them heavily. And Dominic Puni said, or at least it was Debo Samuel who joked about it. He said, Dominic Puni told me he hit the rookie wall 7 weeks ago. So you can kind of see that. But man, he's going to be a really good player. And I'm really excited about him. I think that he has all, just like I said from the preseason videos, he has all the makings of being one of the best guards in the NFL. He has all the makings of being a all-pro, Pro Bowl player. And the 49ers really hit on this pick. And for an offensive lineman, in the 3rd round, I mean, amazing value. And the 49, it helps them so much heading into this year because I do believe he was drafted to replace Aaron Banks. But the fact is I don't think they thought he was going to see the field as a rookie. And so now they already know what he is. Now they know he is absolutely going to most likely replace Aaron Banks, which solidifies him in this roster, on this lineup, and allows them to move more confidently either through free agency if they want to address center or another position or something on the offensive line in the draft. So overall, man, just thrilled with Dominic Puni. His development this year, again, it's been cool because being able to watch him in the pre-draft process, cover him throughout training camp, watch all his film throughout the season, and just being able to put the whole picture together, he's going to be a really good player. And so it's an exciting situation for the 49ers because I know 49er fans want to see that offensive line take a step. And so I'm excited about it. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more.